All right, I'll go over a couple of these ones that have four numbers, as you want to say. When you're doing these ones, always watch to see what the actual question asks, because one of the numbers should be the total of what the question is talking about. It says at the movie theater, a child admission is $6.20 and an adult admission is $9.50. On Thursday, 153 tickets were sold for a total sales of $1,245.60. How many child tickets were sold that day? Well, you actually need to know how many tickets were sold between both the children's tickets and the adult tickets. So one of your equations will be the total of the tickets. The other equation has to do with the money. So I'm going to go over here to my paper, and it told me that there were a total of 153 tickets. So one of my equations is going to be the adult tickets plus the children's tickets is 153 tickets. My other equation has to do with the money. Children's admission is $6.20 and the adult admission is $9.50. Since I put the adults first, I'm going to put the adults first when I do my other equation. So $9.50 for the adults, $6.20 for the children's, $1,245.60. Now I solve this differently than Alex does. On Alex, they're going to solve it by the substitution method. I like to use the elimination method. I think it's a little easier. Since I want to find how many children's tickets were sold, what I'm going to do is eliminate the adult tickets by multiplying by the negative of the number in front of the adult tickets. So what I'm going to do is take that top equation and multiply it by negative $9.50 so that I can make an equation where I have opposites and eliminate the adults. So I'm solving for the children. I want to do the opposite of the adults. So I'm going to use my distributive property. I'm going to take negative 950 times all three of those numbers in that first equation. And so I'm going to get negative 950A, negative 950C, and then I've got to grab my calculator here. And I am going to take negative 950 times 153, which gives me negative 1,453.50. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my two equations together. The A's are going to cancel. I got rid of the A's, so now I'm just going to have the C's. So I'm going to take 620 minus my 950, which gives me negative 330C. And then I'm going to do these ones here. So I've got to clear that out. 1,245.60 minus 1,453.50. And I get negative 207.9, or 90 if I want to put my cents on there. And then, of course, we can solve that for C by dividing. I'm dividing a negative by a negative, and so I'll end up with a positive answer for my C. So if I take my negative 207.9 and divide it by my negative 330, I get, that didn't go in there, right? Let me try that again. 2.90 divided by 3.30. There we go, 63. And so I had 63 children's tickets for my answer. And so that should correspond to the answer that you had when you looked at the explanation. It's just that I solved it using the elimination method instead of solving it using the substitution method, which is what they did. Let me go ahead and pull up another one that you had. Value mixture one. There we go. Oops, that's not the ones you had. That was three unknowns. I need the value mixture. There one is. Okay. So this is the one that said a web music store offers two versions of a popular song. The size of the standard version is 2.7 megabytes. The size of the high quality version is 4.7 megabytes. Yesterday there was 1,550 downloads of the song for a total download size of 5,905 megabytes. How many downloads of the standard version? Again, my question is how many downloads. I'm going to look to see how many total downloads there were. And so I'm going to take my two unknowns and come up with that total. So the standard plus the high quality was a total of 1,550. The other equation has to do with my megabytes. So again, if I go over here to my scratch paper, my first equation again is going to have to do with the total number of downloads. So my standard version plus my high quality version was 1,550. My other equation was the number of megabytes. There was 2.7 megabytes on the standard, so 2.7S. And there were 4.7 on the high quality. So 4.7H equals my total megabytes, 5,905. You again want to make sure you line up the like variables so my S's are lined up and my H's are lined up. You can switch them around if you need to. Again, on this one, it wants to know how many of the standard. So since I want to find the standard, I want to get rid of the high quality. I'm going to multiply by the opposite of what's in front of the high quality. So I'm going to take this top equation and multiply by negative 4.7 and then use my distributive property. So multiplying it times that, and then of course times the n number. So I'm going to get negative 4.7s, negative 4.7h, and then I'm going to take that negative 4.7 times my 1,550. So if I multiply that out, I get negative 7285. When I add those together then, I'm going to take 2.7 minus 4.7, which would give me negative 2.0s. My h's are going to be opposites. They're going to cancel out because I'm solving for the standard. I got rid of the high quality. And then on the other one, 5905 minus 7285 gives me negative 1380. Again, on this one, I'm going to take a negative divided by a negative. And so, whoops, not 2.8. That was 2.0. Helps if I divide by the right number. The negative 2.0 I'm dividing by. So I'm going to take my negative 1,380 divided by my negative 2.0. And so S equals 690. And so again, if you compare to the answer of the one they had there, we get the same answer, 690. It's just that I'm solving by the elimination method instead of the substitution method. So when they give you four numbers, one of them will be the total of what the question asks for. How many? How many did we have total? We had 1,550. Then what we want to do is take that top equation times the opposite of what you're solving for. So in this case, I wanted to solve it for the standard. I multiplied by the opposite of what was in front of the high quality so that I could get the high quality out of there. Hopefully that helps you out.